So here is a question for you. Should you use GenAI for responding to all the user queries in Copilot Studio Agent or any agent for that matter or any chatbot for that matter? I mean, GenAI is the craze. It's a technology to solve all the problems, right? So should you not use it everywhere? Let's look into it. So my high level perspective on this is that you should always think about user experience first and technology later. Many times I know these days everybody is talking about Gen AI. Many times I see many product people, many system developer. They just think that hey, somehow they have to sprinkle Gen AI everywhere, and the answer is that no, you should not do it everywhere. Let's understand this by two examples. Here's first one. Let's say you are building a customer service app or chatbot or agent, and all the user wants to do is they're asking, "What is my order status?" Should you use Gen AI? I mean, do you want some kind of a generative answer for giving the status of the order? Answer is kind of no, unless you want to get more creative. But in general, for getting the status of the order, you'll be better off by just in your Copilot Studio, just creating a topic with the intent of order status, so that your Copilot agent knows what to do. So by intent, it means it's kind of a inbuilt feature of Copilot Studio that knows if the user says anything else, like what's going on with my order, it'll know probably that it matches with the intent of order status. So that's the point of it. But now within that topic, you should be very definitive and not generative. It should be more like, hey, ask user, what's your order ID? Give me the order ID. And for that order ID, you can call an action that fetches order info for that order ID from whatever, like you might have written some API. In some cases, you might have created your own flow or whatever, but something that returns you very specific status of the order. There's no guessing, there's no generation going on. And now you can send the response back to the user. It's very simple, right thing to do for the user experience. Now let's look at second scenario. So let's say now user wants to know what's the return policy. Now here should you use Gen AI? And the answer is yes. I mean, this is a good area where uh, depending on how user asks the question, they may want to have interactive interaction with the agent. This is where the answer is not like very answer is clear cut, but it's not like, hey, give me the number and I'll give you a flag. It's more like, look at the policy. Users might have some follow up question. Look at the policy rather than asking the user to read the entire 30-page document or web page, which can frustrate the user. It's better to have a Gen AI which looks through your policy document, which you have added as the knowledge source, and it provides the answer based on that. So hopefully you found these two examples helpful to understand that don't jump into generative answers everywhere. Please look through your scenario, understand what you're trying to enable for the user, and do the right thing for the user. I'll go back to the point that I was making earlier. Think about user experience first and technology later.